What is up, everybody? Season 4, Episode 4, Bettors Delight. We're back in action. We're on the YouTube, youtube.com/theunderdog. We're ready to go. We totally didn't just lose 27 minutes of an episode. That was not us, where we had to start over. But fellas, we're back. We're back. And two of us are back to winning weights. Myself, back to winning. Positive week, almost positive for the season, under a unit down. A couple big underdogs in the UFC. Mike also benefited from the underdogs this week with a positive week, especially the big UFC hit. Almost hit the Texas plus 800. Rough one. What can you do? But Matt, you led the way in negative. What happened?
You know what they say, Greg. You lead the way in negative.
I don't think that's a saying.
Yeah, no, it was a bad week, man. Wasn't a good week. At least I didn't get last place this week. That's all I got to say.
You did. You certainly
all
did.
right, never mind. I thought so. It's funny on the last 27 minutes. I thought I didn't, and then you said something, and it contradicted, and then it was a whole thing. I thought Mark got last, and then I got last, but I actually got last, and wasn't a good thing. Mark, how'd you do this week, Mark?
Oh, well, hold on. Listen.
This is the worst part about all this. We got to rehash all this crap.
While you got dead last for the week, Mark is on one of the most impressive losing streaks that BovadaSportsbook.com has probably ever seen. The man has not won a football pick since Northwestern versus Nebraska, which was the first game of the college football year. This includes the NFL.
Yeah,
it's hasn't won a pick on American soil.
It feels. I got
nothing. I didn't say that.
I got nothing to say, guys. I mean, this is terrible because Hawaii didn't win in that week, and yeah, I don't know. It's bad. It's not an accomplishment anymore. Now that I know what that word is, shout out to producer Chris, my best friend, who also provided me a football pick that did not cover. We both suffered with that one.
0-1 on the first.
Everybody,
the best friend pick. The first best friend pick ever on the podcast. 0-1 to start.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's a good point.
And you would think that friendship like that would provide such electric results, but it didn't. It's okay because it's not his fault. It's mine. I'm Marky Mush right now.
You're Mushy
on
Mark.
The football world. Mushy Mark, whatever.
But you are.
I'm not the football guy.
To be fair, you are the Irish football expert. Games played in Ireland, you win.
1-0.
1-0.
Plus 3.3 units.
1-0 in games played in Ireland. But I mentioned Mike. Mike, unfortunately, not here this week. Can't celebrate him being the week 3 leader. However, we do welcome back a special guest.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
It's happening, and it happened about 1 second later this time. It was on time on the 27 lost minutes. But yeah, Mikey has been winning, so he called me back too to keep winning for him and winning for the podcast since Mark's 0-28, Matt's 2-36. I don't know. I'm going to keep winning units for us.
Are you doing a script? Because you just said the same word for word thing you did on the 20s. Are you just reading a script you have for every minute that goes by?
No, just me and Steve Buscemi in the den here hanging out.
Hashtag ad.
I have a good memory.
Zed rewrote his entire setup this time just to make sure, very
he
funny
picks, but he made his monologues.
Play Michael Scott sound here. Play.
If you remember, it was on time last time, not the 2-second pause. So I am a little behind.
That is true. The timing was much better. Take 1. Take 2. Let's just hope there's no take 3. That's all I'm really worried about.
Let's just hope that's the only technical difficulty we have this go round.
If only. I will say though, I mean, it was a pretty bizarre week in terms of picks and things like that. You had all of the EPL go postponement due to the Queen passing, and then you talk about the UFC, the entire card, they just blown up three days before. So a bunch of picks get thrown by the wayside. I'm sure we'll get back to those matchups at some point.
Do you have a favorite British monarch, Greg?
I don't have a favorite British monarch. I thank you for asking.
Okay.
Um,
Wondering because that was big news. That was
Greg
in the
is-
news today. A lot of highlights I'm seeing on like Instagram of the Queen and how funny she was. She's pretty
Nice.
funny. There was a whole thing about a sundial being planted under the shades. Pretty funny. Did you see that?
Ooh, that's rousing.
Oh, jeez.
I like how we got the full on British accent for it too.
Where's your powdery wig?
If
He
only.
lost his Australian accent from the lost 27 minutes, so he had to bring
Yeah,
the
nobody
British.
gets that. I'm British now. Yeah.
Greg, was the 8.5 pounds missed weight? Is that a record?
It's up there. I think other guys have missed by more different situations, but yeah, the Chimaev miss and then the bizarre post-fight press conference, and now it just keeps coming out that he's potentially just going to move up in weight. Unknown medical issue that they never released about why he couldn't keep cutting weight. I don't know. The whole thing was just a bizarre turn of events for that UFC card. To be fair, we got a pretty good main event out of it with Nate Diaz, Tony Ferguson, just not what we expected. So
Wait, they actually fought?
yeah,
I saw
Nate
like
Diaz took a whole break.
I saw something on like Twitter that was. I thought that when someone said that they were fighting, it was a joke.
no.
Somebody was like, "Yeah, like they don't know how many rounds they're gonna do. They're just gonna fight. Just see what happens."
Yeah, they shuffled the entire card. Tony fought Nate in the main event. Kevin Holland fought Chimaev at a catchweight in the co-main event, and Li Jingliang fought Daniel Rodriguez in the third fight on the card.
Wasn't
But, yeah.
Chimaev supposed to fight Nate Diaz?
Yeah, he was, and then he missed weight by 8 pounds.
And Kevin, I'm first of all, I'm not really that worried about missing weight by 8 pounds. When I get my physical every year, my doctor tells me I miss weight. But but hold on, they just shuffled who was fighting who week of.
3 days
Yeah.
before the card. 2 days.
They're just like this guy's gonna fight this guy. This guy's gonna fight this
They
girl.
actually-
like it's just.
I apologize. It was the day before. They did it.
Even I'm not a UFC guy. Yeah, and there was an announcement by Dana White got blasted on my phone saying, "Here are the new matchups. Here's the new cards."
I didn't know you could do that.
I mean, you can do whatever you want. You're the
The
UFC.
Nevada State Boxing Committee let that happen.
I guess the Nevada State Boxing Commission allowed that.
I did like Nate Diaz taking the break in the middle of the round though, where he was just not fighting Tony Ferguson and refused to fight, and was just like, no. I'm gonna make some money for the next 30 seconds here and just chill.
The fact that
And-
Nate submitted him with 2 minutes and 9 seconds left in the round, though, absolutely hilarious. 209, the Stockton area code, Team 209. It's just too fitting for Nate Diaz's potential final fight in the UFC.
Nate
At
Diaz
least-
won.
Yeah, I mean, this is baffling. This is baffling.
Thank God this wasn't on the first take of the episode.
Yeah.
'Cause this was all new.
Oh, dude, I didn't watch any. I don't. I'm just football's back, man. I'm just all in the football.
Are you
I
sitting in your chair just holding a football like a loaf of bread under your arm?
First of all, you never hold it like a loaf of bread. I never fumble, so it's high and tight just in case.
That's right. That's right. You're overweight. You're the loaf of bread.
where you did fumble though, Matt, is just sit down.
Hey.
Let's go, Joe Shea.
There's one. There's one.
You said I was Coach O'Shea. I didn't. I just keep
Where
looking
I-
at myself, dude. When a crime breaks out, all the cute girls shout, "Here comes the good-looking guy." Shout out, Boy Meets World. Eric Matthews, Will Friedle.
He's gonna comb his hair. He's the good-looking guy. Yeah, excellent reference, Matt. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg. And that's it for this week's of Bettors. Thanks for coming on, Chris.
I can't let you wrap it up.
Producer Chris here?
I can't let you wrap up the
Yeah,
show
he's
that
here.
early until we talk about how bad John Reese Plumlee is. We lost this in the 27 minutes. I'm bringing it back up because I'm still mad about the UCF performance against Louisville last week.
Yeah, many units were lost out of my Bovada account because of this guy. Really hurt my feelings, John. The thing is, John, I'm speaking to you as a man. One-on-one, it's just me and John, no one else listen. Run the dang ball. Run the ball. Yeah, quit with the trick plays, Bert. Run the dang ball.
The listeners can't see. I have my headphones on too. I heard that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like
Are you done?
I don't get
So
it.
what are you saying about Mark?
Why?
Oh, there he is.
Why
I
didn't
respected
he?
his wishes.
Why didn't he put the ball down and run a little bit? He's so known for how quick he is. He was trying to do too much, trying to be this crazy passer. Use your legs.
The fourth down that ended the game, he easily could have tucked and run with that for
Easily
sure.
would have had a first down. Easily would have had a
Yeah.
first down. Instead, I'm down money. My poodle doesn't eat this week. My poodle's
good.
eating. Don't worry, guys. She's eating.
Before we move on, Matt, the jersey in the background. I need an explanation because I don't recognize it.
It is the Philadelphia 52 Super Bowl. Bought it off Etsy. It says champs on the back. Front says Philly. Bought that. I always wanted like an Eagles football baseball jersey. Got that off Etsy. It was good enough, man. Shout out whoever gave it to me on Etsy. I did see someone comment what the Permian jersey was. The fact that I have to explain that. When I had the Boobie Miles Permian football jersey up, hanging up, that was the number 45 white jersey. There's your explanation, sir. Go watch Friday Night Lights. Get your, that's culture right there. Football culture. And go watch The Blind Side.
Thank Matt later for that. Excellent movie. Hilarious to even have that jersey. It's just completely random. I do enjoy football, baseball jerseys, though. Totally makes sense.
Football, baseball jerseys are great. They're making basketball, football jerseys now. It's just amazing.
I like those.
Did you know this is actually a football phone?
I don't think it is. But
Sorry, it's
You
Lane
ever used to
Kiffin.
have one of those cheeseburger phones? Opens up.
Everything
You
can be
put buns on the top, buns on the bottom, side of the face.
a lighter phone.
You know
Wait.
those lighters? There's actually another lighter
It
inside
means I have a
that lighter.
voicemail.
what a callback.
we did find that out. There is
Yeah.
a lighter
There's
inside
a small
that.
lighter in that lighter.
It's not, we don't need to see the smaller lighter inside the lighter. What we
It's
do
incredible.
need to see is what we do need to see is all of our picks this week.
Mars attacks. Yeah.
all of our picks this week on Bovada. Let's go to college football. That's where we'll kick it off. You know what, Zed, show us up.
You must be reading a script too, buddy. Happened exactly the same
Yeah,
last time.
you messed up saying Mark first, and then you went to Chris. So I'm going to go. Old Dominion, baby. Don't know the line. They are the Royal Monarchs. I mean, doesn't really make sense. I mean, it's genetically improbable having a royal lion. You know, would a knight have intercourse with a lion?
I mean, I don't think we needed the biology behind it.
All
Is this the
monarchs
one with the king hat on?
It is. It's got the
With the
king
cap?
hat. Yes.
That's my favorite monarch. That's my favorite monarch.
wouldn't all monarchs be royal?
I think so. I think they probably would be. Seems like something that's unnecessary.
I thought monarchs were
Plus
birds.
8.5 against the Cavaliers of Virginia.
Plus 8.5, minus 110, and I believe, Cavaliers. I was going to go Hokies, Cavaliers, but no, that's where we're at. So
That's a hokey joke.
let's do the hokey pokey.
Turn yourself around.
That is what it's all about. I'll fly through a couple of Mike's picks real quick. Florida State minus 140. They're going back against Louisville. Actually, I'm also on Florida State minus 2.5, minus 115 in that Louisville game. We'll see what happens. We're also on Penn State together. Mike has them on the money line minus 150, and he has the minus 3, minus 110, which I'm also on. Zed, give me your first pick. Or no, Matt. Zed. Because Matt upstaged you.
Matt already did one.
Yeah, he upstaged you.
Yeah, I've been working a lot, so I did not get a chance to catch all of the action. So I'm going to go back to the analytics here and just look at the numbers from last year. ATS against the spread. That's what pro bettors call this. I'm going numbers. Michigan State, what are you at? Plus 3.5 against
The Spartans.
Washington. Yeah, Spartans. Yeah, they're not looking as good this year as they have in the past, but I like the 3.5.
Sparty Party. I'm also on Michigan State plus 3.5 in that game.
Give me Washington because it doesn't make sense. And whoever's doing the cue cards for Zed is doing a phenomenal job.
It's unbelievable.
just got them all on point. But yeah, I like Michigan State in this game. I think your pick's probably going to win, guys. But I'm going to take the Huskies because I agree with you.
I don't know if I like this attitude from Mark where he's like, your pick's probably going to win, trying to downplay all of his picks. Now, you didn't do this in the lost episode. You simply
not
called
trying to
all your
downplay.
picks dumb.
All my picks aren't dumb because I disagree with them. My next pick is Nebraska plus 11 against Oklahoma.
Is it Oklahoma?
Yeah. Yeah. I looked at Oklahoma and I was like, yeah, they're going to dominate Nebraska. But you know what? I'm going to put Nebraska on my board. I got over 66 and a half.
You know what? Give me Oklahoma.
Oh man,
It doesn't work out though. Mark was
incredible.
supposed to say I liked Oklahoma at 10.5, but it moved to 11. So give me the other team.
that's true. Mark's improving. He's improving.
That's what happens. I work off the top of the dome.
Yeah,
But,
take a 1 minute to it. Matt has diarrhea.
I got the over 66 and a half. They're both minus 110.
You did. Mark being on the over there as well. I'm on the opposite side of that. I love Oklahoma in that game. I know with the coach switch, you're supposed to
Coach bump.
Yeah, you're supposed to have that bump. I don't think so. I think Oklahoma, Brent Venables, they're much better than Nebraska. Zero doubt about it. Nebraska minus 11, minus 110 on Bovada.
Give me Oklahoma too, right?
Zed on Oklahoma as well. Matt, what's your next one in college football?
You know where I am, baby. Plus 18, cherry in the white, fight, fight, fight. Temple University, the Owls. Just like your boy Owen Wilson always says, who? Let's go. Oh, doesn't he say wow?
He says, wow. I mean, come on.
Such a good monologue just for me to screw up a homonym? Pronoun?
I don't think it's either of those.
Who or what? Maybe it's just a question.
It could be a question.
So, Mark, who do you get in that game?
I am not going with my beloved Owls. I'm going against them. I got Rutgers minus 18. The Scarlet Knights.
Wow.
And Greg Schiano just bringing the hammer down. They're the Scarlet Knights, which is a different kind of red from Cherry. Cherry is its own unique thing. But we all know that Temple is more of a basketball school. The over-under is 44. It's a predicted 31-13 outcome.
It's a top 55 basketball school in the city of Philadelphia. I appreciate that.
No. It's a top. It's got
Wait a
the
second.
most NCAA wins in the city.
Yeah, and their most famous basketball player is Adam Sandler.
I love this. I'm also on the Rutgers side of it. It is my guarantee this week. I love Rutgers in this game. Temple stinks. That's what I'm going with. Zed, you wanted to interrupt?
No, I didn't. It's interesting. What's the over-under is 44. Mark's predicting a 31-13 final. Did I hear?
That's what he said.
What,
Predicting
31?
spot on the over-under. It's a great call, buddy.
Listen, 31 plus 13 is 44.
Right.
31 minus 13 is 18. That's how you do the math, Zed. That's how you got to look at the board. Don't listen to me. I've lost my last 20 football picks, but that's how you got to look at the board.
Are you betting a push?
I don't.
Is everything tied? What are you
I
doing?
don't think Temple's going to score 13 points. I think Rutgers is going to score at least 35. So that's why I'm on Temple. And the math is for all of you math fans out there.
Mark, just so you're aware, you can't bet the push. Or you can't bet the draw in football. It's a soccer thing.
That's soccer.
I actually believe you can.
If
If you go into the depths of Bovada, you can bet tie or overtime, which would technically be a draw.
Take a tie,
You're
dude.
not wrong.
You won't.
You're
What is it?
definitely not
What's
wrong.
the tie?
Me and Mike are on a couple picks. Oregon minus 3.5, minus 110. We're both on Texas minus 12.5, minus 110. Mike himself has Kansas State minus 14, minus 110, and Wake Forest minus 16.5, minus 110. We go head to head in the USC Fresno State matchup. Mike taking USC minus 12.5, and me on Fresno State plus 12.5, minus 110. They gave Oregon State a good game last week, just barely losing out, and I think they have another good shot this week. So, Matt, any other picks in college football?
Yep. All right. Beep, beep, beep. So I got Miami, Ohio, plus 22, minus 110. The University of Miami, Ohio. That was Big Ben calling me on my football phone. He's telling me we're the best team in Ohio, we're the capital, and not Cincinnati.
I don't think Cincinnati's the capital of Ohio either.
It's the capital.
Zed, what's your next one in college football?
You know me, I'm at the big P. Pittsburgh. P. Where the hell are they playing? Where's my sheet?
The letter P.
Well, they -10 at -110 against Western Michigan. Again, just going numbers here. Top 6 against the spread last year. I also already bet a Michigan team, so I'm going to go against them. Pittsburgh all the way.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it at all. Matt, your next one?
My next one, you know where I'm at. Rip Hamilton, Kevin Ollie, Emeka Okafor, other great players. They all played in this program. Give me UConn plus 47.5 -110.
Mark, your next one.
I'm on. You already mentioned Oregon, right?
Yes.
I'm doing the double dip on Oregon -3.5 and -165.
All right. I love it. I love it. My last pick in college football is Matt talked about the U. I'm taking the real U. Miami +5, -110 taking on Texas A&M. Texas A&M, gigantic frauds. They lost to App State. They look terrible. I think the U competes in a big matchup in this one. Matt, your next one.
Shout out the real U, Arkansas State +14, -105. I got a friend that's in Arkansas right now. I think it's going to bring me luck. Shout out your boy R to the I to the Zoe. But yeah, I like +14, -105.
I like how this entire time we've just been kind of repeating the picks that we made. You're adding new ones.
Well, so this one, I really like this pick because I found out some information during the break in between. You walked away in anger. Mark walked away in anger.
You and I sat here and talked about golf for 2 minutes. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but you told me
in anger.
You told me a friend of ours was in Arkansas.
That's true.
That's all you needed?
See Rizzo.
That's the intro.
So I like it. That's one of those things. That's
He
like
stinks in fantasy, though. You gotta watch out.
That's
Watch out.
Shout out Zed
balling.
for a win. He got a win over missing Mikey. That's why Mikey's not here.
Siwoo Kim, 19 points, baby.
Left in disgrace. He did not Siwoo Kim. Young Ho Koo. Disgrace.
Oh, yeah. Young Ho Kim. Yeah.
Mark,
Also, Gabriel Davis, 19 points.
Mark, what's your next one?
My next one is I got South Carolina +24.5 against Georgia. I really like Georgia. Georgia's the best team in the country. They got the best defense. So South Carolina +24.5 because I suck at picking.
It makes the most sense for you. What is the next one for you, Matt?
Did I have any more? I think I had Mississippi, right? Did I say them? Ole
You haven't
Miss.
said them yet, no.
Okay, give me Ole Miss -17, -105. Altmaier looked good. I don't know who's playing quarterback, if it's him or Dart, but we'll see. But I like that team this year.
Do you want to talk about your deleted tweet to Lane Kiffin?
No, because it's deleted.
All right, as long as we all know. I think the only other pick that hasn't been said from the previous, and I'll let you determine if you want to. You were looking at Buffalo on Bovada.
I was looking at Buffalo and Bovada, and I like their crumbly blue cheese.
Oh yeah, we did talk about blue
All right,
cheese.
we're back to blue cheese now.
I kind of want wings.
Oh, they're going to set me up for the crumbly versus creamy conversation again.
So, what do you like? Hey, Chris. Hey, Chris.
still
I
have
just
that
thought of this.
conversation.
Just thought of this right here off the ticker. You
You're the one who asked if people
Next card.
people like crumbly Vaseline or
God.
man.
We could have left crumbly Vaseline out of it, but
just stayed in the 27 minutes that were lost into the hemisphere.
But it's definitely crunchy peanut butter. So let's move on.
It's 100%. Are you taking Buffalo?
Yeah.
All right, so Buffalo +14 on Matt's card.
I also had Old Dominion money line. I don't know if I said that earlier.
I think you did, but if not, you had them at +260 on the money line.
Yep.
Let's then jump out of college football. Let's head into tennis. We wrapped up the U.S. Open over the weekend. We now head into a couple of different WTA locations: Portoroz, Chennai, Bucharest. I think has some matches as well.
All over the
Mark,
world.
All over the world. Mark, I'll let you start.
All right, I'm going to start in Chennai. I'm going with I love this pick this week. Tatiana Maria. Maria at -1.5. I got her at -1.5 games, -115. I got her money line at -130, and I got her winning 2-0 at +160.
I mean, you're going pure value. There's no doubt about
I
it.
mean, I'm a value boy. It's a tennis pick, not a football pick, so I have more confidence in it. And
I'm a value boy.
my
value
shout out Mikey. He's a value boy.
He's dead to us.
You said plus 260 on the
Fired.
2 sets to O.
Plus 160.
Plus 160.
I'm
Sorry.
going to be honest and have some integrity.
I mean, regardless, it's going to be a -1 on the stat sheet for next week, so who cares?
That's just mean.
I'm sorry. It definitely was. I'll go through Mike's WTA picks real quick. He's on Nadia Podoroska, plus 110. His usual pick of Emma Raducanu, -5.5, -120. And then Jasmine Paolini, plus 105 on Bovada. Matt, you in tennis?
Yeah. I got a parlay in tennis.
Okay.
And I'm calling this the pimping all over the world parlay.
All over the world.
Give me Jaffrey Blankenau, Peter Gajowicz,
Odd.
and Federico Del Bonis, plus 317 all money line. They're playing in
Who was the second guy?
Peter Gajowicz.
What's his line?
Peter Gajowicz.
But
What are the individual lines? Are
plus-
you taking them?
just once in a parlay because
Plus
we're
370, right?
we're in Rennes, Shezwan, and Istanbul.
All right, and you're just taking them money. You're just taking them in that parlay, nothing
that
else.
country or that city?
What?
That's just.
For the
I don't
record,
think that's-
who cares? For the record, it's
Yeah, you pronounce it.
Blankino is -120. Gojovic is -165, and the last guy was Federico Del Bonis. He's -240. So, just what a pick. Zed, anything in tennis?
Yeah, Mikey, actually, I'm glad we're on the same pick because I am in for him. I had, what the hell is she? I had Jasmine Paolini also, mainly because I had some nice salmon with jasmine rice tonight, which is an underrated rice. I had the +1, though, at -110.
It's a healthy meat.
Plus
And
one,
then I got-
-110.
I got Davis Cup if you want to move on to that.
Let me go back to Mark, and I'll come back and get some Davis Cup picks from you. Mark, what do you got?
Yeah, so I'm gonna just run through a couple that I have individually. I got Carol Zhao at plus 185, Rekha Luka Johnny at plus 115, Julia Grabber at minus 105. Those are all just individual picks. I'm gonna take a Magda Linette at minus 275 and parlay that with Tatiana Maria at plus 141.
So Magda Linette was -275. So you're
Yeah.
taking her individually, and then you're doing
Her and Maria
and Linette at what?
at plus 141.
Plus 141.
Trying to get some value.
So you gave me Carol Zhao. You gave me Julia Grabber. Who was the one in between there?
Rekha Luka Johnny.
Okay.
Rekha Luka Johnny.
I'm going to have to find that one to try and...
It's Jani is the last name if you want to just
Okay, I
control
gotcha.
F it.
Cool. Yep, we're good.
And
Yours is Control F.
yeah,
Mine's
control F is fine.
My control
And
is
then
S.
my last one's just gonna be Kaya Juvan minus 125.
Yeah, Kyle Javon.
Perfect.
I got one of
I'm good at tennis, so
Well, we'll see.
Yep. Okay.
Matt, do you have anything in tennis? I don't know if that was a pensive look.
I'm ready to get into soccer.
You ready to get into
all right.
soccer? Well, we're going
All
into
right,
Major
looking
League
at
Baseball
pencil.
then. Because I'm assuming... Well, actually, Zed, I didn't go to you. Do you have anything else?
Cup. Yeah, Davis Cup.
Davis Cup.
Davis Cup. Davis Cup.
It's just the World Cup of tennis. Are we good? There's only one match in it.
Give it to me.
Davis Cup.
Don't know who either of these guys are. We got Zambor Piros versus Vladislav Orlov. Piros is a massive money line, minus 1,200. So I'm going to play it fair and go the -6 at minus 120.
Perfect.
So I get some easy units for my first time back.
I like it. You make your season 4 debut. Let's try to get a couple winners. It makes perfect sense. On that note, that closes out the book on tennis for us for this week. Let's go to Major League Baseball. We will jump right in to the Thursday slate of games. Matt, where do you start in Major League Baseball?
You know where I'm at. You know where I go. Cincinnati Reds plus 230, the capital of Ohio, over the Cardinals.
You called Cincinnati not the capital like 3 minutes ago, and now they're back to being the capital when they're not actually the capital.
What is the capital of Ohio?
Columbus.
No.
You're a geography major. You made maps for 4 years.
No. Capital of Ohio is
Topography.
Browning.
it's called. It says Cafrumbus.
That's definitely not it. Me and Mike both on the Phillies minus 147 to kick
Also.
our picks off. Mark, I assumed you would be too. Zed, where you at in baseball?
Where you at?
Like
You know
T-Mobile,
where I'm at.
baby, or like Boost Mobile.
Yo, where you at?
Hey! Nothing negative against Boost Mobile /
I would never.
Boost Mobile that turned into a sushi restaurant. There's nothing bad about that.
Nope, not at all. Zed?
The problem is this is building up to my baseball pick, which I didn't even look at baseball yet at all tonight.
All right.
So I'm just going to go and say that the Mets are heavy favorites, but they've been slipping and sliding up and down. I'm going to go Pittsburgh plus 205 money line. Give me some units.
What a pick,
You know,
Chris.
Pittsburgh who sucks, but give it to me.
The pig.
You are not wrong. The Mets have
You know where I'm
been
at,
struggling,
Pig.
and you're
Big
getting some good
Why
plus.
Capital of Pennsylvania, P.
Capital of Pennsylvania is literally Ohio. Or are you just doing the capital letter of Pennsylvania?
Hold on.
Exactly.
Stop
You got
for a
it.
second.
You
The
got
capital of Pennsylvania is literally Ohio. Is that what you just said?
it.
Dude, I don't know if that's worse than the rectangle octagon.
Everybody knows
To
that-
be fair, the YouTube
The
comments
rectagon.
love the rectagon.
The
We're in on
rectagon
the
is an
rectagon.
electric word.
Welcome to the Rectagon.
The rectagon.
Oh my god,
Dude, what is going on over
You
there?
do some
idea.
damage in the Rectagon, buddy.
It'd be a real issue.
Just like the
Unbelievable.
damage in our upcoming golf tournament, Cobra versus Viper.
Let me show you my new hat.
It's not Cobra versus.
Go
You got a hat.
Go get the new hat.
If you have a hat, get a hat. Get a
Unbelievable.
hat.
Well, he gets
For all of
his
our
hat.
listeners like me, you see, if you watch me, I'm a skinny guy, but Matt is a big guy with a Cobra hat.
I hate this.
I used to have the same hat in blue.
Cobra's
One
gonna
more
gonna
match
get
left.
you.
Hey, Matt.
That hat's in orange.
Snake guys get to the Final Four tournament.
Mark got that shirt from Clemson.
I was going to shout
bookstore.
out to you right now.
I
I
know.
was going to say, shout out Matt. He got me this shirt because I'm a Clemson fan.
I was gonna say that's a true Clemson bookstore shirt. That's an authentic.
It's
True
definitely
friend. to
Dabo
pick up
Sweeney
something
wore
from
that.
me.
Now, those
I-
are some nice
I love
orange
that.
colors. Is that an orange hat? That's a nice color.
Yeah.
I think that's
Good luck.
debatable.
Good luck this week, gentlemen. I'm really pulling for you. Oh yeah.
Do I,
That's
look
a look.
do I look like I play poker online?
No, you
You
don't.
look like
What are you looking
look
at?
like-
I don't want to take those off before everybody can see what you're
This-
looking at.
sunglasses. Yeah, you actually look like you're trying to look at a second screen and do some dubious things.
Top Gun Maverick over here. I'm on the Blue Jays to go with Matt's not blue hat, but Mark's former
Uh-oh.
blue hat.
I was just about to do like a fake mustache. I have a mustache. I literally have a mustache.
Blue Jays minus 140 on Bovada on my card.
On my card.
Put it
You're
on
on
the
your
card.
card, too.
I'm on the Blue Jays. And then to finish me up in baseball, I'm on the Guardians at plus 126 against the White Sox.
Cleveland.
I also had the Dodgers on my card, but they're not showing up right
That's
now.
because
doesn't
it was
seem.
for tonight's game. They were minus 122, right?
Oh,
Almost
work.
putting on my card as
Classic.
well.
Might work out for you guys.
It
nice,
might.
guys.
But I'm
My,
also
my-
taking Cleveland, the capital of Ohio, plus 126.
Capital. That was a good word.
Plus 126 for you. Mike, his last pick, he has two picks here. He's in that Mets Pirates game with Zed. He's taking over 8, minus 110. And his last one is the Cardinals, minus 1.5, minus 115. Zed, anything else in baseball?
Cardinals are minus 1.5, minus 130.
Oh, it's minus 130. Now, look at this. Mike's just sitting here moving lines. This is ridiculous.
Mike just
He's
said
trying-
it. Mike sent a picture that he just bowled a 220. I don't believe it.
How could he? Keeping score manually.
Tough
That's a
score.
different Mike.
Tough
There's no
score for
way.
Kim B. She shot a 72.
Yikes.
Shout out Kim, whoever Kim B is.
Yeah, all right.
Really showed her up, Mike. What a rude guy. Not even a little bit of a gentleman.
Isn't that the kicker on the Falcons?
I think her last name's Kim or Burley. She's Kim
Stop.
Burley.
I mean, that was a good one.
I'm the Cardinals.
It's good. The show should be an hour. We already did 27 minutes. Now we're completely off the rails. 35 minutes into this one.
Just giving out people's actual information here, Greg. What are you, crazy?
I don't know, dude. Zed, you were saying the Cardinals.
You're crazy, man.
You're crazy,
A
man.
dart in your neck. You're crazy.
Sure. I'm in the Cardinals Reds too, trying to build my units again. We're going exact total runs, 7 runs plus 575.
Exact total, 7 runs, plus 575 for you, Zed.
You know what? Give me the 8 runs also, plus 800.
Wow. I mean,
Let's load it up.
I mean, certainly.
Wow.
I want that.
I
I want the 8
bet
runs
my
as
real
well.
money on these bets too. My crazy
Matt, are
bets.
you,
I bet the real money.
You said plus 7. You said plus 800 for the 8 runs.
Correct.
I want that on my board as well.
Greg, who's in first place right now? Is it you or
It
Matt?
is
Cobra
me.
Viper.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Why?
I was going to say Matt can't take that pick.
He can do whatever he wants. It's not
Yeah.
No,
defense.
defense.
It's
I'm
not-
going
We're gonna
to
find out.
It's a
who
defense.
that
I'm
person-
going to call
Week
rules
4?
out correctly.
It's not defense in week 4.
I'm going to call rules out correctly, Greg.
rules.
Matt's dead last on for so far this.
No, he's not. I am.
Okay.
Okay?
It's a good point.
I am.
You are.
We ever
Mark
find
is.
out who
Don't
has
you forget it.
defense?
I'm in last place. I'm going to put a fake mustache on.
I also have a mustache.
You can put like a fake goatee. Oh wait, never mind.
It is a fake goatee. Whoop.
Oh my God, it's Mark.
All right, let's close out baseball. My last pick is the White Sox in that Guardians game minus 150. Are we good on baseball?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Then let's go to darts. Let's go to darts very quickly. It is the World Series of Darts, a non-ranking major matchup. Our major title is on the line this weekend. The World Series wrapped up at the end of August. We now head into the World Series with our initial seeds, along with a bunch of guys who earned their way into it. First round matchups, there's a number of them on here. Matt, you got anything in darts this week?
You said darts?
Is
For
your
dramatic-
dramatic acting real?
Yeah. Give me Matt Campbell plus 1.5 minus 125 over the Triple V. I like Matt Campbell in this match, and I'm pretty happy about it. But Mark's given the double dip symbol. Kind
No,
of
it's in Campbell soup.
yeah. Oh, the classic Campbell soup symbol.
Everybody
Yo,
knows
Matt.
that's Campbell's soup.
Wow, Campbell soup.
Well,
How dare you do that as an Eagles fan? That's an Ezekiel Elliott move.
he kind of took that, you know.
From Campbell
so-
soup.
From Campbell soup. Have you ever seen people eat Campbell soup? They do it like this. Ah.
I had
I've
lobster
never
bisque. I had lobster bisque the other night.
I'm also on Matt Campbell, but I'm on the money line plus 135 against Vincent Vandervoort. I'm just going to
Go
plow
back to
through
the
my.
lobster bisque.
No, I don't want to know about the lobster bisque.
you
Give
have
me
crackers?
Give me Vandervoort. Give me take Vandervoort.
You're going to take Vincent Vandervoort minus 175?
No, Vincent Vandervoort. I'll take that one.
Okay.
Was it delicious?
Minus 175.
Minus 175. Mark, anything in darts?
No.
And Mike doesn't have anything in darts. I'll give you my next one. It is Danny Baggish plus 205 taking on Ryan Joyce. I also have Leonard Gates minus 103 taking on Devin Peterson. Big stage for Gates for the first time ever going over. Won the North American Championship automatic qualifier here. Won his first round matchup in the World Series in Madison Square Garden. And then my final pick in darts is Simon Whitlock plus 125 against Danny Noppert. Matt, anything else in darts? Or are you good?
Daniel the Satchel Baggish. You know,
He's
'cause
the
it's,
gambler.
well, no, because it's like kind of a
I
bag.
understand. I got
Kenny
you.
Rogers is the gambler.
It's baggish.
You're
purse.
so stupid.
It's a satchel.
You are so stupid.
Indiana Jones had one.
do you have anything else in darts? Or are you good?
Oh, we're in darts?
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm good.
All right. Let's move
Wait,
on.
actually, I want to put a future in.
Okay.
Swanson.
Uh,
Samson.
Give
Yeah,
me Dimitri Van Denberg plus 1,600 outright for the PDC World Championship 2023.
So you put in a pick for
23.
January 1st. Got it.
Oh my god, this guy's delirious.
I haven't. I literally have not drank since Sunday.
You should probably have some water then. Here might be dehydrated.
This is a lot of
Dimitri
water.
Vandenberg, world champion. Zed, what do you have in darts?
I got one of the OLL real quick.
Oh.
Oh yeah, I got Conan Whitehead versus Johnny Dirty Undies Haynes. They're going off tomorrow at 6:20. I bet on Haynes before. It was sloppy. It was a gross win. He won for me, so I got to bet on him again. Whitehead's been on a little bit of a winning streak, and Dirty Haynes gonna pop the Whitehead for me.
They make a good
What's
boxer.
the line,
brief.
Zed?
I'm gonna go just money line plus 125.
Plus 125 for Conan Whitehead. All
No,
right.
Johnny Dirty Undies Haynes.
You're taking Haynes?
Yes, he's
Sorry.
gonna pop Whitehead.
Taking a dump in Haynes.
He's gonna pop Whitehead.
Whitehead's been on a streak. He's gonna pop the win streak.
I actually only Haynes is the only pair of underwear I wear.
All right. I don't think anybody really wanted to know about that, but I appreciate you telling us, I guess.
Shout out Cole's Cash.
Let's go.
Do you buy underwear with Kohl's Cash?
Buy anything with Cole's Cash.
Let's go into
Should value underwear a little bit more.
You
Let's
can
go to
you can
soccer.
take Cole's Cash
Okay.
wherever you want to go. Like out to the bar, boom,
Greg,
Cole's
Take
Cash.
it to soccer. You can
Yeah,
even
we're
take it
ahead
to
of time.
soccer.
Cole's Cash, boom.
Yeah, I know.
In the 27 minutes last time, we only got to college football.
I
But we're at
understand
40
that.
minutes. We've done 4 sports
We have to
already.
get to the
Bravado
NFL,
accepts Cole's
which
Cash.
is going to take a long time as usual. Stop talking about Cole's Cash.
If Coles could send us some cash.
Let's go to
That's Cole's
soccer.
hard cash.
Let's go to soccer. We'll move it along. The Premier
Yeah, that
League.
Kohl's Cash.
I'm going to end the show. I'm going to end the show
you
now.
could just see him getting so angry.
I love it. And then the commenters.
Oh, the comments, yeah.
Like, what
Greg
does
gets so angry at minute 42.
why does Greg hate Cole's Cash so much?
It's not part of the show.
Yeah.
I would like to
Greg's
stop
rich and
talking about
fancy.
Cole's Cash.
Greg's so rich he doesn't shop at Kohl's like the rest
No, I shop at Cole's all the time.
Greg
doesn't
doesn't take
Greg's so rich he doesn't even use Coles Cash when he shops at Coles.
No,
Greg
you're
doesn't take
definitely
advantage
right.
of the deals.
Greg doesn't clip coupons out of the Sunday periodicals.
People still get those?
Greg is flaming.
I mean,
He's so pissed.
I'm so over the Cole's conversation. I don't get it.
I'm not talking about Cole's. I'm talking about Cole's Cash.
I understand. Okay.
Do you know
Really?
that they do offer cash?
Yes, I understand that. I've used Cole's Cash before.
Oh, okay, then we're good.
Give me the
Perfect.
soccer team owned by Cole's, Manchester City, minus 305 over the Wolverhampton Wanderers. Because we're Manchester City, the boys. Manchester City, the boys. That's a new one they did.
I don't
Wow.
think that's fine. I guess. Mike's taking Aston
here.
Villa Southampton over 2.5 minus 120. I'm also in that game, but I'm on Aston Villa to beat Southampton at plus 105 on Bovada. Mark, where you at in soccer?
I'm gonna start with the Gunners. I'm gonna take them minus 125. But in that same game, I'm gonna take the first half draw against Brentford at plus 139. Arsenal's not gonna they won't have played for a little while here. Their Europa game tomorrow, today, the day this drops, is delayed. So this is their first game in a while. So I'm going to take that first half draw, hope for some double dip value on this game.
What was the first half draw price?
139.
Plus 139?
Yeah.
Plus 130. I'm also on Arsenal in that game. Arsenal versus Brentford minus 125. Zed, do you have anything in soccer?
I'm actually in that game on some overs, doing an old school Matt bet. I'm just going to take the over corners, 8.5 minus 220 and 9.5 at minus 140.
So minus 220 at 8.5 and over 9.5 is what?
Minus 140.
Minus 140. Matt, anything else in soccer?
Yes, I do have one more. Again, I'm going with Man City minus 0.5, minus 1, minus 260. That's my Cole's Cash discount play of the day.
So you're taking you're such a goof.
Better value, better pizza, Papa
I-
John's.
I'm a Coles cash guy too. What was that bet again?
That was minus 0.5, minus 1, minus 260. No one outpeats is the Coles cash.
Ooh, is that the Asian line?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
So
Yeah, normally
they
those
have to
coupons
win.
can
They
be
have to
used-
win both, or it only cashes for half. So if they win by one goal, only the 0.5
The
cashes.
math is just awesome.
Only Coles cashes for half.
Yep, exactly.
I'm actually in that game as well.
Okay.
I'm going to take the bets that I'm going to take every single week. I told you I was going to do it. I am going to do it. Holland anytime, minus 185. And Holland first goal, plus 225. He scored an amazing goal today. Just an incredible goal in the Champions League against Dortmund. Didn't even celebrate. Had the respect for his old club. Didn't even celebrate.
Because what we did,
And
what we do.
it was a worldie. It was an absolute worldie. Maybe Michael, talk about it next week because none of you guys saw it.
What was the first goal price?
Minus 185.
Minus.
I like how Greg's now saying
Sweet.
price.
So
of
they're
everything.
I just did it
It's
twice.
saying that,
Relax.
No, I'm sorry. First goal price
It's
was
like the
plus
fourth
225.
time.
Plus 225.
Stop saying
Yeah, anytime was minus 185.
I'll close Mike out of soccer really quickly. He is on Man City, Wolverhampton over 3, minus 108, just like everybody else in that game. West Ham, Everton under 2.5, minus 125. My last Premier League pick is Nottingham Forest versus Fulham plus 180. Zed, you got something else in soccer?
Yeah, one more in that Everton West Ham. I got both teams to score. Yes, minus 128.
BTTS.
BTTS, and the price is 128.
Minus 128.
Good price.
On
Good price.
minus
Very
one
good.
Great price.
minus 128 on Bovada.
Great price.
All right, I still got. I'm going to
What's
also
that
throw.
movie? The Beatles. Great record. Great record.
I have
That's
no idea.
It's the Dewey Cog story.
Jack Black and like Justin Long.
With the Beatles.
Unbelievable.
We do
Great
it. We
record.
do acid.
Mark, what's your next one in soccer?
I'm throwing the Lewandowski goal props on my board again. Anytime goal, minus 385 for him in this La Liga game, and first goal plus 165.
First goal plus 165 for you. I'm moving over to League One. Marseille cash for me this week. I'll take him again versus Rennes plus 110. And then in Serie A, Torino versus Sassuolo. Torino minus 120. Matt, anything else in soccer?
I'm out on soccer. I'm out on soccer.
No,
Got
he's so out.
some Coles cash in my throat.
Anything else in soccer for you, Mark?
Yeah, last one I'm going to League One as well. I'm taking PSG minus 160.
Who are they taking on?
Let me look. They are taking on
NTN.
Lyon.
And it's a minus 160, right?
Correct.
All right.
Going off 9:18, 2:45 p.m.
Zed, do you have anything else in soccer, or is Everton West Ham your last one?
No, I'm done.
All right. I have a couple MLS picks just to close it out. Went 2-0 last week. Might as well try it again. Philadelphia Union versus the Atlanta United. Union plus 155. And then Orlando City versus Toronto plus 110. Does that get us out of soccer?
Yep.
All right. Then let's head over to the UFC. We have a card back in the UFC Apex headlined by Corey Sandhagen versus Song Yadong. Pretty good matchups this Saturday afternoon into the evening. Matt, I'll let you start in the UFC.
You know where I'm at. I'm with Cameron Van Camp. Guy loves being outside, sleeping under the stars, plus 170 over Nicholas Mata.
Also on my card.
That's
Van Camp.
that's defense. Can't do it. Illegal.
Ooh.
I'm in last place, so I can
That
do it.
No, that means you're trying to track.
No, that means I'm on offense right now.
Nope.
Cameron Van Camp plus 170 on both of your cards. I'll give out Mike's first pick. He is on Jillian Robertson minus 150. I'm also on that one. And then you're also on Jillian Robertson?
Yeah. I like it.
All right. In the next fight, he actually has I have Aspen Ladd minus 140 going up against Mike, who has Sarah McMahon plus 115. Zed, anything in the UFC?
We got anybody with like the Gorilla Man or like the Vanilla Gorilla?
Yeah,
like last time,
Tanner Bozer. He goes by.
or like Kimmy Coles.
No, Tanner Bozer goes by the gentleman. I don't know.
Matty Cole's cash.
I don't know. Take Tanner Bozer. I'm
Is
taking
there a
Tanner.
gentleman?
You're taking Tanner Dozer, Matt?
minus
The Vanilla Gorilla
175.
got crushed last time. I bet him.
Tanner Bozer's nickname is the Gentle Giant with a heart of soul.
Tanner Bozer minus 1.
Oh, he's the bulldozer. Oh God, he's actually the bulldozer.
I mean, that's a pretty good one.
That's awesome.
Give it to me. I like construction. I like bulldozing.
Yeah,
Is it the same thing.
It's close enough.
no, not at all.
Great, that called. Yeah.
Great record. Great record. That's John Lennon.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that, Steve.
I knew that
bulldozer.
you're on Tanner Bozer as well. I knew having Zed back, there was a potential for things to go off the rails with movie quotes and craziness.
Great record.
I don't think I ever saw a Dewey Cox reference coming into play.
Walk hard.
That's a great movie. I really do like that. There's a lot of stuff I can't really say on the podcast about that's quoting the movie, but that's a good movie.
Right.
No spoilers.
Me and Mike
Shout
are,
out to producer Chris. I'm keeping it clean.
oh, well, thank you.
Zed doesn't care about spoilers. We learned that previously.
I think that was on the previous Lost episodes. If we ever do release it, just make sure you watch Ted Lasso prior to
Episode 7, look out when they go to the nightclub.
Oh, Jesus. Bill Algeo, me and Mike, even money, local guy. That's where we're at with that. Matt?
Give me Feely.
Nah, I'm out.
I'm on Feely.
Mark, you're on Andre Touchy Feely.
Yep, minus 128.
Minus 128. I Feely's a guy I typically like to bet on, so I don't hate it, but I gotta go local. King of Pressure guy, Bill Algeo.
Yeah, whatever.
That's rude.
I mean, you guys don't even root for me, so it's like,
Well, we bet against you purposefully,
Exactly.
and it proved pretty effective.
yeah,
So far.
efficient.
Wait,
Efficient.
Mark, what are you in like your actual points for this year?
I can
Bet.
tell you it is. Mark is minus 13.53 units season 4 so far. Matt, you're a. Oh, I'm sorry. Matt, you're 13.53. Mark, you're 28.92. I didn't realize you were trying to do something.
Great, that called.
So you would say Mark's record, and that'd be a great record.
I gave out the wrong record. My apologies. That's why I
I
tried
wish
to
I
fix
had
it.
Matt's record.
Stop saying that. You're trying to not take us off the rails.
Yeah, we gotta get the
the quote we just said.
We're not gonna be able to do football until 12 o'clock tonight.
All right,
Love
let's go.
you.
Let's go. All right,
Love
my
you
next
too,
pick.
Dewey Cox.
I'm going to take Bashivat minus 170. I'm going to also take Joseph Pfeiffer minus 500. Parlay those two together at minus 110.
Who was the first pick?
Bashivat.
Javid Basharat.
Javid Basharat. Yeah, Basharat. I'm sorry. I just read my thing. It looked like Bashivat.
Are you taking them both individually as well? So minus
You
170.
know I am. Put them both on my card. Let's move on. Move on.
I mean,
It's going to be a great time.
That God.
what did the parlay pay?
Minus 110.
So minus 110 for the parlay on Bovada.
Great price.
Why? Why do you have to do that?
Because it was a good price.
I'm gonna ask real quick: Is this a serious picture of Mikey at a bowling alley?
Shout out
There's
to-
no way. I bowled with him. He does not play this well.
220 is a lot.
It is a lot.
He went strike, spare, 9, spare, strike, strike in the 10th, and then a 9 with a spare pickup.
Well, if you look at his score,
Heck yeah! It also looks like a SpongeBob scoreboard. I think he drew this.
Well, you could see he's got the bumpers up in the background.
he's got that alligator you roll the ball down. Or is it dinosaur?
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
He just pushes it down the ramp.
Here's the thing.
He's got the candlestick bowling going.
So they're clearly playing on two lanes. Mike shot a 105 in the first game and then a 220. You're leading me to believe the jury, please see these two scores. You're telling me he knocked down 106 more pins?
No, that's not what they're. That's not how bowling scored.
115
I'm
more
gonna start a
pins.
bowling podcast. And me and Greg are going to do it, and you can listen and find out. Bro.
That's
We
not. That's
We
not
got to
how
bring this up in Bettors to Light Court next
we
week.
might have to just to debate.
Bring what up? It's not the rules. There's nothing to debate.
What's
I
more
don't
under?
think he got a 220.
Well,
Oh, you mean Mikey? Oh, they meant
let's
Matt's
do a quick
scorekeeper.
comparison. Let's do a quick comparison. There is, could you score 115 points higher in bowling in back-to-back games? Is that more reasonable than playing golf on the same course and shooting 26 shots better back-to-back rounds? I'm just asking.
Going from a 111 to a 90
Oh, this guy
was a big jump. It was a big jump.
Big jump.
It's only 21 strokes.
It's a lot of strokes.
That's
Yeah.
a lot of strokes.
is that
More than a stroke a hole.
Is that a new personal record?
It was. It certainly was.
Great record. Great record.
It was my best
great.
differential yet.
Great record. All right, let's
Yeah,
close.
you're going to screw us in the Cobra match. Stop being good. We need the strokes. We're playing good guys.
I'll close Mikey out of the UFC. He just has a Pfeiffer Sandhagen parlay minus 125, not a combo pick, or not individual picks, just the actual parlay there for him. And then my last pick is Gregory Rodriguez minus 102. Everybody good in the UFC?
I'm going to go to the main event real quick.
All right, we'll get into it then. The Sandhagen versus Song Yadong. We have a pretty big, this is a pretty big 145-pound matchup. Yadong on the rise. Sandhagen trying to battle his way back into the title picture after, I don't know if he's fought since the Dillashaw fight where Dillashaw beat him. I can't remember if he did or if he did not, but now he is back. And the heavy favorite on Bovada at minus 200. Mark, what's your pick?
Song plus 163, and I'm going to also take him by TKO, KO, or DQ at plus 325.
So Song Yadong plus 163, and you said Song Yadong via KO at what?
325.
Plus 325. I swear, dude, after what happened the first time, you're really going to start messing around right now? 57 minutes in the episode?
I got something to say.
Please, go ahead.
Oh, wait,
Please stop doing it.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I got something to say.
What do you have to say?
Great record.
After he yawned into the microphone and yawned into the video.
Yep. Unbelievable.
Dude, I'm tired. I'm usually asleep by now.
It's Zed's fault.
I'm right. Well, no, it was the system. It wasn't actually Zed.
For all the
Just like blaming
viewers
Zed.
and
I just like
listeners,
blaming
it is 2:25 in the morning right now.
Zed has to work for you shift.
We jump off the UFC. We get into week 2 of the NFL. Week 1, a ton of crazy games, spreads all over the place, covers, ties, late game comebacks, backdoors. And we're going to do it all again starting tonight in the LA Chargers, Kansas City Chiefs game. Mahomes, medically, he says he's all good to go. I'm on the Chiefs -4, -110 for sure. Zed, what's your first NFL pick?
Oh, have myself on mute. What's my first one? Also, that Mahomes, I may have to sit him in fantasy against somebody named Team Egg. Maybe play Kirk Cousins against Philly. He may do well with our crappy defense.
He might.
Know. Tough decision. My first one, I got Jacksonville going Dougie P +4, -110 against Indy. I like the fight they showed. They kind of lost it at the end there. But against Indy, Matty Ice, I don't like it.
I'm double dipping on that one, Zed. I'm in with you. I'm double dipping. I'm gonna dip it once. I'm gonna bite it. I'm gonna dip it again. Money line +170. I think Dougie P gets it done in Jacksonville. I don't remember the last time the Colts have won in Jacksonville. It's been a while. We all remember what happened the last week of the season last year with Carson Wentz just blowing up. So I like the Jaguars here +4 and +170.
Matt, where you at?
Colts money line -200. I also have the over 54 in the Chargers Chiefs game.
I have the under 54 in the Chiefs Chargers game. I don't know. I kept saying
There's
Colts.
3 teams playing there. Who's what?
This is Mark
Yeah.
Matt head-to-head week.
Give me the plus
I'm also on
170.
the.
I'm
the
with Mark and
Chargers.
Jackson.
Let's
real
go,
quick. Give me the
Zach.
plus
Let's go.
170.
I'm on the
We're
Chargers
dipping.
plus 4.
With double dips together.
Let's just say so many picks
Stop
that
talking
Greg
at the
is going to be
same
so
time.
confused and typing.
I got everything. Zed,
Comments are going to say, Greg, stop texting.
Yeah, Greg's going to fat finger it.
Zed hopped onto the money line. You took the under in the Chiefs-Chargers game. Matt took the over. I'm on top of everything.
You got me taking the Chargers.
Yeah,
plus
do the
Yes,
hat
plus
adjustment
4.
like you're not stressed.
All right,
Touch
all
the
right.
hat adjustment like you're not stressed right now.
I'm a little stressed. Mike's on that plus 4 for the Chargers, minus 110, and he's also on their money line at plus 180 on Bovada. So Mike, big believer in the Chargers this year. So, Matt, NFL.
Steelers plus 105 against the Patriots. Great week. Big team win last week with Mitch Trubisky. I think the Steelers get it done. Give me plus 2 as well, minus 110. I just don't think the Patriots got it this year. They're not the Patriots of old. They don't have Tom Brady. They don't have Corey. What's his name? Corey Dillon. They're not those teams.
I actually like this pick, Matt, because I'm also on the Steelers money line here, the plus 105. I think for pretty much all the same reasons, except for the Brady thing, because that's been over for a little bit. But I do like what you're saying.
And they don't have Shaquille O'Neal.
They definitely don't have Shaquille O'Neal. Zed, what's your next one?
With Tom Brady, I'm going Tampa minus 2.5, minus 110 versus Nolans. It's tough to call with the shitty Dallas game, but
here's the question: Tampa has continuously struggled against New Orleans, over the course of Brady's tenure there. Does that continue?
Tough to say. Not this time. I don't know. I got the Jameis factor. They had a good Taysom Hill. He's always undeterminable, but
yeah, he's definitely dangerous. I like it
he's
though.
shutting the noise down in his personal life. He shows up. He's going to shut it down in the NFL versus personal life BS that's going on.
I like it. Mike is also on the Steelers plus 105 and the Steelers plus 2 minus 110. Joining you, Matt. Mark, what's your next one?
I'm going to be on the Ravens, minus 3.5 against the Dolphins. I actually like the Dolphins. The Dolphins looked good against the Patriots. They look electric. Tyreek Hill had almost 100 yards. Jalen Waddle had a nice long touchdown. And the Ravens had a relatively easy win against the Jets. So I would have liked the value on the Dolphins here. So Ravens is on my card.
All right. I'm taking the two teams that played each other last week. Moving on to new opponents, I'm taking the Panthers plus 110. I think they choked that game away against the Browns. But then I'm taking the Browns minus 6.5, minus 110 on Bovada against the Jets because the Jets stink. Joe Flacco stinks. They're just not good, and that Browns defense is very good.
I got that too.
You're on that too, the Browns minus 6.5.
Flacco threw 59 times.
It's unbelievable.
It's so great. Let's bring in the backup Flacco veteran and see what he can do. And
definitely
just throw 60 times.
Definitely not a good thing. Matt, your next one.
His arm is dead.
The Washington football team, plus 1.5, minus 110, and plus 110. Carson Wentz can sling it, man. The guy proves he can still play football. I like this team. I like what they're going to do this week.
I got that.
And the Lions are stinky poo-poo.
Are you on, Zed, are you on the money line or the spread?
I'm just on the spread.
So the 1.5.
I hate to say Carson Wentz showed some flashes of yore, but also showed some flashes of when he scrambles and goes, oh my God, what do I do? Throw it into coverage and get picked off and then look like a big mush.
That's definitely a possibility. Mike is also on the Commanders' money line, though, Matt, plus 110. It's very eerily similar picks coming from you and Mike this week.
He's in first
Mark,
place, right?
You got a vibe going.
No, he is not in first place. Mark, what's your next
He
one?
won last week. He brought me in to win this week.
My next one is I'm going to take the Rams minus 10.5. I feel like that's a huge number coming off of that loss that they had. The Falcons played pretty well against the Saints. Probably should have won that game. So yeah, I would have taken the Falcons and the points. So instead, I'm taking the Rams. My trend here is I'm going against myself.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it. Seahawks coming off a big win over Russell Wilson in one of the worst coaching debuts you could possibly have for Nathaniel Hackett. I'm taking the Seahawks plus 8.5, minus 110. Not impressed by Trey Lance. I know it's a tough one to judge because of the weather, etc. But the Seahawks look a little bit inspired. And if Geno Smith plays just that game every week, they have a chance to at least keep games close. Matt.
Niners
Okay.
minus 8.5.
49ers for Mark minus 8.5.
Let's go, Trey Lance.
Matt, your next one.
Bengals money line minus 350.
I'm also on the Bengals, but I'm taking their spread minus 7.5, minus 110. I think
I like this.
Are you on the Bengals as well?
Yeah, minus 7.5.
Oh, geez.
They're due for a big day. They struggled last time. Dallas, as Matt says, is like stinky poo-poos or whatever.
I think he said that about Detroit.
Right, and
He
that
did.
applies to Dallas also, which is the capital of Detroit. And I do have
That's Dallas.
That's Dallas.
That's Dallas.
My God.
And I do have the over 41.5 that game because Joe Burrow and Jamar are going to light it up on them.
You said over 41.5.
It might be 38-13 in this game.
Well, that would cover.
Or 31-13, 44.
I like it.
Mark, what's your next one?
This is actually going to finish me up. I'm going to take the Cardinals plus 5.5 this week. The Cardinals looked kind of lifeless. They got the Raiders this week. They didn't look good against the Chiefs. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be the team of old that we've seen from the Chiefs, the team of yore, as Zed said. I still think Mahomes has it, but I don't know if they're going to go 14-3 again. So I think the Cardinals are going to come back, get back to 500 with a 1-1 win, but I'm taking the points here, plus 5.5.
I hate that I'm also on the Cardinals plus 5.5. Matt.
My last pick, I got a parlay where I think this is the get right week 2 favorite parlay. We go Bills money line, Broncos money line, Bengals money line, Niners money line, Rams money line, Steelers money line, Colts money line, Commanders money line, Browns money line, and Yannick Sinner minus 250. I don't actually have that guy. So that'd be funny to say. But plus 2251.
Plus 2251. It would certainly be get right for you. There's no doubt about it. My last pick is the Bills minus 10, minus 110. I think the Titans are very bad this year compared to what they were last year. Mike's final pick is the Eagles minus 2, minus 110 on Monday Night Football. Zed, anything else in the NFL?
Oh, yeah, you guys liked it last year. We're bringing it back again for Season 4, the MPPP, Most Punts Props Parlay. And we will bring it back next time I'm on the episode because I went to look at a couple games and Bovada did not have the most punts.
No.
It's early in the season,
That is true. You gotta wait a couple weeks to see what the punt averages look like. So
I'll see the viewers in week 6, maybe.
You never know. You never know.
I'm on a vacation around October, the late October.
Does that close out the NFL for everybody?
Yep.
Then let's get to the weekly challenge. It is the Sunday Night Football game. We have the Chicago Bears heading up to Lambeau Field, taking on the reeling Green Bay Packers. The Packers enter the game as 10-point favorites. Zed, I'll let you do the honors.
Ooh, this is tough. I won't do any prelude except for this one. Packers minus 10.
Packers minus 10.
Bears won a sloppy game. Packers are going to smash them and come back.
You want it on the card as well, or just the challenge?
No, God, no. No, it's a challenge.
Just the challenge. Mike is also on the Packers minus 10. He's putting it on his card minus 10 at minus 110 as well. Matt, the challenge.
Green Bay minus 10, minus 110. Aaron Rodgers is literally the capital of Illinois. So
you're putting that on the card as well.
No, God no. God no.
Well, the Packers are also my pick for the challenge minus 10. I'm putting it on the card as well. I just think that again, sloppy game. The Bears won, and then we have the Packers. So, yeah. Mark, close us out.
Give me the points. The Bears. Duh, Bears. Plus 10. Don't throw it on my card, though. This game's gross.
Well, fellas,
God.
it's been...
Real quick. Sorry,
ahead.
Greg. Shut up, Mikey. I'm the beef. He's the beef.
I'm the beef.
Had to get it on the beef. And
Shout out Sherlock Bones.
shout out to Dr. Sherlock Bones.
Doctor.
Absolutely. Working towards her MBA as well. So, fellas, it's been a fun, very long evening. Thank you for joining me. Zed, always a pleasure when we get you to fill in. This was a fun one. Let's go win some bets.